Welcome back to Weldtechsolutions. In today's video we're getting stuck into some stick welding, also known as manual metal arc or shielded metal arc welding. We're going to be showing you how to set up and giving you a rough guide on your settings for 7018 rods, and we're going to show you a couple of techniques to help you produce strong consistent welds. So for our first run we've set the amps at 110. We're using 3.25 or 1/8 of an inch 7018 welding rods. We're keeping a steady travel speed on this run and a tight arc length, with a slight drag angle to hold the flux behind the weld pool and stop it from flowing into the front of us. It's important to keep the arc length short. Too long and you'll lose penetration and get excess spatter and risk porosity in that weld. Too short and the electrode could stick or even cause uneven build-up. Contrary to what some people believe, doing all sorts of weird and wonderful patterns with your rod, especially on a downhand run, is really a waste of time. You don't need to do circles, Christmas trees or loop the loops. We've had a few questions about this on some of our other videos, so we wanted to clear it up. In most cases, stringer beads or straight runs are your best option. They help maintain constant fusion into the plate, whereas using patterns tend to spread the heat too widely and can actually reduce penetration and control. So with that run complete, let's take a look at the weld. We've got a nice bit of slag peel going on, which is always great to see as a welder. It's a good sign of a clean, consistent run. The bead looks smooth and even with a good tie-in along both edges, but we can definitely do better than that. The guide range for these rods is 90 to 140 amps, so we're going to max them out at 140 and run another weld using the same technique as before. Since we're working on thick plate, we'll see how the extra heat affects the weld and what kind of results we get. So we're still maintaining that arc length, keeping a drag angle to keep that flux at the back of the pool, and with the extra amperage we don't have to do any weaving and we're maintaining the width with our travel speed. And now coming to the end of the run, as you can see we have an even better slag peel than on the previous weld. The bead's consistent with nice tight ripples throughout. It's a little wider than the last one because we've pushed more amps into that run. And now we're going to see what happens when we drop our amps down to 125 and travel a little bit too fast. You'll notice the bead was going to become narrower with the ripples less defined, and there's a higher chance of lack of fusion with the weld sitting proud on the plate. This really shows how heat input and travel speed are crucial for producing a good weld. Here you can see the difference between all three runs and how narrow and proud our last weld has become compared to the others. Now we're going to speed up slightly while keeping the same amps. We're still maintaining a fairly good weld pull, but we're not depositing as much metal onto the plate. So remember to keep slow and steady when you're welding. As you'll see in the final photo, the run is a lot flatter and our ripples are not as tight. If you want to see more potential problems with stick welding and how to avoid them, click on the video on screen now. It's packed full of those tips that'll help you improve your technique. We'll see you over there.